Tonight on TV2 News, Franklin County is the first Ohio county to turn purple, and our 10 p.m. curfew begins tonight. What you need to know.
With 1 day to go until the fall semester goes completely remote, we got the chance to catch up with students and get their thoughts on a term unlike any other.
And we are breaking down the cases in both Ohio and around the country as the nation is seeing an uptick in coronavirus numbers.
Employees at one of the largest chains in the world will be seeing a sizable increase in pay next month. Find out where as TV2 News at 6 starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Thursday evening. Thank you for joining us. It is now 6 p.m. and this is TV2 News. I'm Lexi Biasi.
And I'm Ben Pagani.
Changes in Ohio regarding the coronavirus pandemic. One county is now a level 4 purple, and several more are on their way there.
We are now joined live with our reporter Gianna DaPra with more. Hi, Gianna.
Hi, guys. Yes, Governor DeWine gave us some statewide news, but nothing new specifically for Portage County. I sat in on a conference call with the Portage County Combined General Health District, and they talked about what is ahead for our county.
This week progresses, more restrictions and precautions take over the state. But as of today in Governor DeWine's press conference, Portage County will remain in a level 3.
I did receive an email this morning indicating that we will remain in the red status.
As Portage County remains red, other counties across the state are moving up.
So Franklin County is moving today to purple.
And 3 other counties are on watch for level 4, Lake, Lorain, and Montgomery County. Although Portage County is not moving levels, we still are at high risk.
Our daily cases continue to climb due to community spread. On 11/14, our agency received 152 confirmed positive cases, which is our highest one-day total to date.
Over the past 2 weeks, Portage has seen 700 new cases and maintained a 10.5% positivity rate. But a vaccine might be underway, as DeWine said today, could be here as soon as December or January.
Pfizer and BioNTech have announced that the final analysis of their drug trial shows that their vaccine is 95% effective.
And the vaccine for Portage County has already been prioritized.
We have not received a date yet. I know that hospitals may receive it within the next couple months, but we are right now planning on vaccine to arrive for us somewhere around maybe late December or January.
But for now, with Thanksgiving coming up, getting a negative test result does not mean you're in the clear.
With the holiday season approaching, it is imperative for residents to know that a COVID-19 test result is only a snapshot in time.
Meaning the test results are only negative for that day it was taken. So stay safe and keep your socially distance. Reporting for TV2 in Kent, I'm Gianna DaPra.
Although Portage County is not changing positions, we are still included in the statewide curfew of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. That starts tonight and will be enforced. That's all I have. I'm Gianna DaPra reporting in Franklin Hall. Back to you, Lexi.
Thanks for that, Gianna. Continuing with the governor's press conference, the state is reporting 7,787 new cases in the past 24 hours. This is an increase of 1,402 since yesterday, and the first increase in 3 days, as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday saw decreases in the total case count. There were also 63 deaths reported, bringing the state's total to 5,890. Ohio has recorded 326,615 cases since the start of the pandemic. And now Governor DeWine also spent a good deal of his press conference talking about House Bill 311, a bill that would block state health officials' quarantine orders for residents who have not been exposed to or diagnosed with COVID-19. It would also allow lawmakers to rescind Ohio Health Department orders or rules. The bill passed in the Ohio House this morning, and they passed similar separate legislation that would allow businesses to remain open no matter what yesterday. Governor DeWine has already said he will veto both bills if they pass the Senate.
Multiple counties around Ohio are now under a stay-at-home advisory. In Northeast Ohio, Summit, Cuyahoga, and Medina counties are under advisories, Montgomery County, home to Dayton, Franklin County, which includes the Metro Columbus area, and Hamilton County, which contains Cincinnati, all find themselves under advisories as well.
And as Kent State University prepares to transition to fully remote instruction ahead of Thanksgiving break, students say attending college during the pandemic is taking a major toll on them. Connor Steffen has more on the feelings from campus.
I feel like it's not worth being in college. It's a waste of time.
Many Kent State students are becoming tired of back-to-back pandemic-ridden semesters.
It's just been a really rough fall semester. And then just the fact that, no one can do kind of the college experience.
Students tend to agree.
I feel like I'm not actually learning anything. If I was in class in person, I would feel like it'd be more beneficial for me.
I think it's a lot worse having to really focus on all these online classes and paying the same amount of money, really.
Zoom University has had other ups for some students, maybe getting to sleep in, or getting to wear whatever you want, bottom down to class. But the line between school and home has become blurred, something health experts say is a major issue.
We were already seeing higher levels of depression and anxiety over the last several years. Now we're dealing with a pandemic. It's kind of exacerbating that.
And this semester presented its own unique challenges.
What I would consider a pretty stressful presidential race. We had the racial tensions.
In the beginning, it was kind of hard on my mental health, getting to actually make those connections with people in your major, getting to know your professor one-on-one.
And ahead of spring 2021, experts urge students to take care of themselves.
I strongly recommend that students take advantage of the mental health services that are provided by Kent State. Having that person to talk to can be a very big part of facilitating resilience.
Connor Steffen, TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and Portage County. I'm Kyle Vasil. We see some unusually warm temperatures up from the rest of the week's cold and snowy outlook. It's been nice, but won't last, unfortunately. Looking currently in Kent, so right now it's 56 degrees. It feels like it's 63 degrees. That's because of the humidity out today. The visibility is about 10 miles, and winds coming from the south-southwest direction at about 15 miles per hour. If we look over at the rest of Ohio right here. So in Sandusky, it's about 59 degrees. If we go down south, it gets warmer. So around Mansfield, 62 degrees. Worcester, 60. Canton, 61. And then up in Kent, it's in 56. Cleveland, it's probably the warmest at 64 degrees. And if we look at all of Ohio, so Columbus still around 61. Cincinnati, 62. Dayton, 62. Lima, 59. And if we look at Akron, around 60. And that's all for now, and I'll stay with us to hear the rest of my forecast after the break. Back to you, Lexi.
Thank you, Kyle. There are now over 250,000 COVID deaths in the U.S. Since the start of the pandemic, the country has not yet gotten ahead of its spread. An update on the potential vaccine when we return.
Many people may start to feel the effects of seasonal affective disorder around this time of year. We'll have more information on this condition coming up.
Looking ahead to 2021, President and Vice President-elects Joe Biden and Kamala Harris met with the National Governors Association this afternoon. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes.
Right?
I mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did
Thanks for sticking with us. 250,000. That's the number of coronavirus deaths the U.S. hit on Wednesday. It's a high that no one wanted to see. With temperatures getting colder and winter not even here yet, health experts warn that it could get much, much worse in the weeks and months ahead. Reed Binion reports.
The U.S. reaching a grim milestone in the coronavirus pandemic. More than 250,000 people now dead from COVID-19.
It is skyrocketing. It is skyrocketing with no real end in sight.
President-elect Joe Biden underscoring the horrifying trajectory of the death rate, speaking the same day the U.S. topped 250,000 deaths. That's 10 times the number of people killed in an average year in car crashes. Crashes, strokes, and suicides combined don't claim as many American lives in a full year as the virus has in under 10 months. It's also about 6 times the average 42,000 people who died from the flu in the years before COVID-19. Medical experts warning that the death rate will keep soaring if Americans don't get more serious about masks and physical distancing.
This is a milestone, but we blow by these milestones, and it's really sad.
The sobering and tragic new death toll in the U.S. is the highest in the world. Per capita, our numbers are worse than some countries like India, with more people and fewer resources.
If you look at the death rate in the United States and you compare it to other countries around the world, I mean, we have the most deaths. We have the most deaths. I never imagined that the best we would be able to do in this country was to be the worst in the world. And yet, here we are.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
British researchers reported that AstraZeneca's experimental coronavirus vaccine appears to work safely in older people. According to a Lancet Medical Journal article, it generates a strong immune response in people ages 70 and older, as it does in younger people. The phase 2 trial didn't show whether the vaccine protected volunteers from infection, but it provided an immune response that would be expected to provide protection. That's important because older people are more likely to develop serious disease and to die from infection.
United Airlines is expected to cut more flights because of the pandemic. In a filing this morning, the company said it has seen a drop in booking and a rise in canceled reservations. United says it may have to reduce its flight schedule moving forward. That would be beyond the planned 55% cut using last year as a benchmark. It's unclear at this point how other airlines like Delta and American will respond to the new outbreaks. And initial jobless claims in the state of Ohio rising for the third straight week to nearly 25,000. Continued jobless claims totaled around 255,000, about a third of what it was at its peak this year. Since the onset of the pandemic, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services says more than $7 billion in unemployment compensation has gone to 841,000 Ohioans.
742,000 Americans filed new claims for unemployment last week per new data from the Labor Department. It's the first increase in unemployment in a month. We also now know that more than 320,000 workers filed claims under the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program that helps those who aren't usually eligible for jobless benefits. Some economists worry that a growing number of people are exhausting their state's regular jobless benefits, which commonly last for 26 weeks.
The Trump campaign is dropping its federal lawsuit in Michigan that alleged voting irregularities. It also asked the court to stop certification of the votes in Wayne County. 2 Wayne County Board of Canvassers reportedly said they wanted to rescind their votes to certify election results, and 2 Republican members of the 4-person board initially voted to block certification. The board ultimately ended up voting to certify the November election results. And more from the Biden-Harris transition team today. The president-elect and vice president-elect met virtually with several governors. The meeting on focusing on improving coordination between the federal and state responses to the COVID-19 pandemic. The meeting was held with the National Governors Association Executive Committee. Among the governors present, New York's Andrew Cuomo, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, and other governors out of Arkansas, Alabama, Colorado, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Mexico, and Utah. And to some, the day is getting shorter and colder weather arriving is a happy sign. That means that the holidays are on the horizon.
But to others, the seasonal change can lead to a mood disorder called seasonal affective disorder. We're joined by Rachel Gross, who has more.
That's right, guys. Seasonal affective disorder, more commonly known as seasonal depression, is a type of depression that often arises at the same time every year. To get a better understanding of this disorder, I spoke to Kent students who are clinically diagnosed as well as a professional in the field of psychology. As we turn our clocks back and head into the winter months, many people start to experience symptoms related to seasonal affective disorder.
I can't motivate myself to do anything, see anyone, I don't want to get up and do anything.
Seasonal depression is typically more common in the winter months than in the spring and summer.
Usually people are more prone to the colder weather, and the darker time frame starts to happen in the fall. It usually persists, over the winter months, and then starts to lift and lighten up when we get to spring.
Some symptoms of seasonal depression include lack of concentration, fatigue, insomnia, and social isolation.
I just want to stay in bed all the time, and I don't get anything done. This makes life really hard when it gets dark out early.
Luckily, there are some common treatments to seasonal depression, including ones you can do at home. Experts say one of the most common remedies for those suffering from seasonal depression is simply to get a lot of natural light.
Get sunlight where you can. So, and again, that could be even simply, sitting by a window, making sure your blinds are up.
Just try to enjoy as much light as I can. During the day, I open up all my windows and everything, and I always have lamps on. It just helps a lot.
I haven't necessarily found the best way to cope with it yet. I do try to surround myself with people that love the holidays, because they can show me the better side.
Kent State University also offers therapy and counseling sessions for those who may be struggling from more severe forms of depression. Reporting in Kent, Ohio, I'm Rachel Gross. Now, I ran a poll on my Twitter in early November asking my followers if they experienced any symptoms of seasonal depression, with options being I feel more tired, I am less energetic, I am less productive, and all of the above. Out of the 23 total votes, 82.6% reported that they feel all of the above symptoms. If you feel like you also experience these symptoms, you can visit kent.edu/CAPS to schedule an appointment or to take an anonymous mental health screening. Reporting in the Franklin Hall studio for TV2, I'm Rachel Gross.
Welcome back, everyone. So tonight's weather is around 7 o'clock p.m. It's going to get down to 55 degrees, and it's going to be cloudy for most of the night. 10 o'clock, 54, and then around midnight, 52. So it's not going to be a super cold night, in the mid-50s. So wear a light jacket if you're planning on going outside. We look over for going into the night tomorrow. So the high for the night will be 55 degrees, the low at 48 degrees, and the winds will be coming at from the south-southwest direction at about 15 miles per hour. And now it's time for our 7-day forecast. So going into the weekend, tomorrow on Friday, we have kind of a warmer day than we had throughout the week. The high is 58, low is 42. It's partly cloudy. And then on Saturday, cloudy again, high 48, low 33. On Sunday, 48, low 33, but it's going to be raining that day. And on Monday, partly cloudy, 39, low 28. And then on Tuesday, 44, low 39, cloudy. And then on Wednesday, it's going to be 51 degrees. And on Thanksgiving on Thursday, it's going to be rainy, high 51, and low of 44. And that's all for the weather tonight. Have a nice evening and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Coming up, we've got basketball and football, all the way from high school to the pros. Stay tuned to find out more.
And though the holidays this year won't be anything like years past, one company is trying to keep the normalcy this Christmas. We'll be right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hi, my name is Ian Herrmann, and welcome to Thursday Night Sports. We will click off tonight from a clip from head coach Sean Lewis about their upcoming game against Buffalo and their high-scoring offense.
If I got the dry erase marker last, the offense is going to win because I got the perfect play. But the beauty of it is the game isn't played with a marker. You know, those circles and those X's come to life because players end up making plays, and our kids are excited to get back out on the field. Obviously, there's a huge challenge ahead of us. You know, you look at, obviously, Patterson and what he's done, and he just rushed for 300 yards, and he's done things like that his whole career.
Tomorrow is the MAC Women's Basketball Media Day. The Golden Flashes season begins in just under a month on December 13th at the University of Toledo. The Flashes season was abruptly cut short last spring due to the coronavirus. After winning a tough quarterfinal game against Buffalo, the three-seeded Flashes were looking to go all the way. They seemed to have a favorable matchup against Eastern Michigan, and then would play the winner of Ohio and Toledo. Kent State is ready to make another push this year with many of their top players returning. Last night was the first round of the 2020 NBA Draft. As many expected, the top three draft picks were Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, and LaMelo Ball. The Cavs had the fifth pick and took Isaiah Okoro out of Auburn. The one-and-done freshman was second on his team in scoring in 12.9 points per game. The biggest part of the 6'6" small forward's game is his defense, where he was selected to the SEC All-Defensive Team and the All-SEC Second Team. Okoro will look to make an impact right away, but will probably start on the bench to start the year. All OHSAA state championship games have been moved from Columbus Fortress Obetz to Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. All games that were expected to play on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be moved. Some key games are Division 7 JFK versus New Bremen, Division 3 Chardon versus Toledo St. Francis, and Division 2 Massillon versus Akron-Hoban. This move has caused controversy as Massillon will be playing at their home field for their state title game. You can find all this information at ohsaa.org. We've got another pivotal divisional matchup for this Thursday night game, with the Cardinals traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The two quarterbacks in the MVP race, Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, will duel it out. The Cardinals won the last matchup 37-34 at home. The Cardinals can win if Kyler Murray can keep up his superb play. However, the Seahawks need early season Russell Wilson and not the last couple games Russell Wilson to be able to pull this one out. I have the Cardinals winning 35-30. That is all we have for sports for today. I'm Ian Herrmann. Back to you guys at the desk.
Some call them the caffeine elves, and they are getting a raise. How Starbucks is promoting job security during the pandemic when we come back.
I was in foster care. I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Walmart is making it easier for you to deck the halls while staying COVID safe this year. The company is now offering to deliver a freshly cut Christmas tree to your door, ready for you to hang your ornaments. If that wasn't enough, Walmart will also decorate your house with glistening holiday lights. If you already have lights, you can have a team professionally install them for you and even take them down.
And Starbucks announced they will be raising wages for its baristas. The announcement came as the industry is bracing for the minimum wage hike for when President Joe Biden takes office. Starting December 14th, all baristas, shift supervisors, and cafe attendants hired before September 24th will receive a 10% pay increase. Employees who have worked at a company-operated location will receive an increase of at least 11%.
If you're home and bored today, maybe break out this oldie but goodie for a fun night of family entertainment. It's National Play Monopoly Day. The board game is one of the most popular in the world, having been played by an estimated 500 million people. And recently, sales have skyrocketed, with people looking to occupy their time while staying home amid the pandemic. To celebrate National Play Monopoly Day, put on your banker hat and take a trip to Park Place or Boardwalk. Hopefully you won't go bankrupt in jail.
Now, as we are nearing the end of tonight's show and our final Thursday evening in studio this semester, tonight is also the last time I'll be sitting on the TV2 desk. I will be graduating next month after this unordinary fall semester here at Kent State, but my time spent with TV2 has been nothing but extraordinary. This organization took an eager, wide-eyed freshman and gave her every opportunity to succeed, and I will never be able to thank those who believed in me enough to give me those chances for the change they made in my life. My first year here at Kent, I struggled to make friends. TV2 was my beacon of light and introduced me to some of the best people I'll ever know, and some of those people I know will be forever friends. From a flashcast weather anchor to an MMJ turned reporter, social media manager turned executive producer, and now as news director, I've truly learned exactly what it takes to be in this business. All of the long, stressful, tearful nights spent in this newsroom and studio, many of them this semester actually, I know will have been worth it. You know you have a good thing when saying goodbye is hard. I'll be forever in debt to TV2 and the relationships I've made from it, though I don't know what the future holds for my career or where I'm going next. I know TV2 is going to help me get there, so thank you. Thank you to all of the people who believed in me. The list is so long I would frankly be on air until midnight, but this place will forever hold such a special place in my heart. And anyone I've met along the way, thank you for being a part of my journey. You'll never know how much this experience has changed my life. And that'll do it for this evening's edition of TV2 News. Thank you for joining us tonight and every Thursday this semester.
For continuous coverage and updates, be sure to connect with us on social media at TV2KSU. I'm Ben Pagani.
And for the last time, I'm Lexi Biasi. Have a great night, Portage County.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 Wonders of the World.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.